Hello and welcome to WOR Ironman Round 3. Things are heating up. We're seeing some incredible action. And ladies and gentlemen, I have the wonderful Dan Field coming in to talk to me for the next 2 hours. How are you, mate?
I'm fantastic. I'm really happy to be here for the first time I've ever done Ironman League. Very much looking forward to it this evening.
Mate, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good night. So, if you're coming in here for the first time, you don't know what's happening. We have 10 amateurs. We have 10 of the best racers in the world as well in 2 categories. We have the Pro League. We have the Amateur League. They're not really amateurs, though, to be honest, because they're quite, much better than me and probably you, Dan, as well, let's be fair. So let's just go into the information quickly because we now know what track it is. Dan, you can announce that in a wee second if you can see it. Oh, yeah. So let's just quickly go into the Drivers' Championship. So on the pro side, you can see Istvan Pukki is in the leads right now with Otis Lawrence in second, Duncan Hoffman third, Jarno Opmeer in fourth, Berezny fifth, Ron Haar sixth, Jack West, Milan Meyer, Ben Shabakony, and Mark Schluter coming into it as well. Dan, you were taking a little look at the names. Would you like to give it a go for the amateurs?
Oh, I don't know. That's going to be very difficult to get absolutely right. He told me before the stream, everyone. He told me that he was going to let me do all the esports drivers, the amateurs. Okay, Saba Hegedus, Balint Elikas, Daniel Janagratsky, Gabor Tietjik, Levante Bench. You've got Gabor Takash, Timbo, Bert Island, Savanya, Gabor Vaya, and Norbert Eisner. Hopefully I got that right,
great.
but Scott, we're going to have to get on very quickly. They're readying up here.
They're readying up. So, yeah, I nailed that, mate. Into the constructors, we have Aston Martin, 66 points. Visa Cash App on 56 points. Alpine in third, Mercedes, Red Bull, Haas, Scuderia Ferrari, Williams, who obviously had a shocking exit this week, Stake F1, and McLaren in last, which you don't usually see. Dan, what track are we going to tonight?
Well, tonight we are headed into a very sunny Barcelona. It is Spain here this evening. Very much looking forward to seeing 66 laps of this circuit. Not the most popular, not the best for racing in real life, but I tell you what, on this game, it can make for some scintillating action.
Amazing, can't wait. Starting tonight in reverse championship order. Daniel Zenigratsky in first, Norbert Eisner second, David Vinci third, Shaba Hegedus fourth, Gabor Tactics, Timbo, Tietik, Vaya, Elikas, and Savanya, the first 10. Dan, will you take the other names?
The other name? Oh, is this the standings or the grid?
Yeah,
for tonight?
The starting grid in 11th place with Peter Stachulik.
We've got Stashelet, Milan Meyer, Ismail Fassi, Jack West, Hamashkau, Jan Ortmir in the Red Bull for the first time, Danny Berejne, Istvan Pukki, Ben Shabakony, and Yoni Tormala.
Mate, that's bang. Well done. As we're getting ready into the lobby right now, this is going to be good, all right? The thing I love about Ironman is because they've had no practice. They don't know what the track is. They don't even get a chance to qualify. They just need to start with a full heavy card of fuel. It usually leads to some sort of issues in lap 1 or 2. We've been known to have safety cars, Dan. We have been known to have safety cars. This might be some of the pros that you're used to. But it's in a different format, and sometimes they can let their hair down a little, let loose, have a bit of fun.
Absolutely. It's a very exciting format that we've got here. No need for qualifying. It's a full 100% race. And you got to say, the race, obviously the most exciting part of it. That means we've got an hour and a half of pure just enjoyment.
Right. This is what we want. Sometimes we don't want 45 minutes of qualifying. We just want to see them get out on the track and start hitting each other. Am I right?
Oh, yeah. You're absolutely bang on. You've hit the nail on the head with that one.
I love it. So, Spain. Have you done Spain before? It's not actually a track I commentate too much on. You did allude to the fact that it's maybe a little bit more boring in real life, but I've got a funny feeling there's a few areas where you can just send it, and I feel like we're going to see some sends.
Yeah, turn 1 is absolutely beautiful. A fantastically long straight, and that means, of course, with the DRS in tow, you can get yourself down the inside there.
Yeah, no, I'm into this. Also, one thing I didn't actually tell you, Dan, and to anyone else new, is the weather is randomized, but it's custom. So usually what we see is a little bit of rain coming in and out. Sometimes even twice, we sometimes see the rain. We don't know what the weather is. Sometimes that's a curse. Sometimes it's actually a blessing. Like, what could it be? Do you know what I love though, Dan? That everyone respects each other enough to not hit that ready up button and count down the 30 seconds. You ever been in a race where you just need to put a setup on and someone just readies up and you're just like, come on, I've got 30 seconds? Nice
I
to
tell
see
you what,
they don't.
they don't do that with the commentators. They don't actually give you the 30-second timer, so it really is just a guessing game. There we go.
You're right. Here we go. I love it. We have 5 red lights. We are off. We have the McLaren in first, the Zenegratski Eisner second. Can he make a move? I'm going to do my best to keep on with all the action that I can today. But as you can see, it's already chaos going into turn 1. We have so many cars in the back, 3 wide. You can see them going into turn 1. It's not often you see that. Korgabor, Takakskabor, sorry, up a spot. Balance, Elikas up a spot. We can see Yarno in 19th in that lovely red belt. Oh, he suits it, Dan, right? He suits it.
It does look very good for Jan Ortmir. There's lots of battling further up the order. Piotr Stahelec from 11th on the grid is doing a fantastic job of making up positions. He's round the outside of Gabor Takash. Can he make that move stick through turn number 5? A little bit of wheel rubbing as they head now in towards the next left-hander. Very tricky if you get on the curbs on the inside and indeed on the outside. And it seems like Takash has just been able to fend off the advances of Piotr Stahelec.
Okay, it's nice having a proper commentator on board. Very nice, my guy. I'm going to step up my game. Danny Berezny looking to potentially get up the grid here. Oh, he gets a gap. Great view as the Ferrari of Jack West nearly loses it. Not the best move from him, but you know what? Berezny's just going to take that spot.
Oh, Jack West has a bit of damage. He's missing an end plate on the left-hand side. And you've noticed as well, if you flick over to the tyres, a lot of them are on a set of the soft compound of tyres. Actually, it's just Danny Berezny and Istvan Pukki. But mediums throughout the entire grid, aside from Jan Ortmir, very interestingly, on the hards. But you know what that speaks to me? With everyone on the mediums or softs, rain could be coming soon.
Yeah, you could be right there. We've seen Yarno specifically make some weird calls in this league, but to be honest, it's actually kind of worked out for him. So we see Istvan Pukki's going to get the jump on Jack West. Up in the battle of the amateurs, we have David Vinci, one of the graphic designers for the Ironman League, doing well in 4th place, but does have Piotr Stahelec right behind him. So this is one of the pro drivers, and as you can see, he is just getting his elbows out and getting up here, fighting for 5th place. Will he get it done? No, he backs off.
Nice stuff though from Balan Elekes. He's saying to Piotr, you know, you might be a pro driver, you might be a part of the F1 esports scene, but I tell you what, you're not getting through on me this time. By Stahelec's off the circuit, that could have been a warning for him. Tamas Gal also getting involved, and there's battles further back behind, but the top 3, how about that, Scott? The top 3, 2.5 seconds clear.
This is the good thing about this reverse championship. These guys can just get a chance to get off, and the only thing that can stop them is safety cars. We have Zenegratski in first now. Dan, see, from the start of this league, he's been our guy. He's been the commentator's choice. We love saying his name, but also every time we sort of bring him up, he either spins out or he gets a 3-second time penalty. So he's kind of became our sort of home guy favorite that we're rooting for. So just keep that in mind. We love Zenegratski, okay?
Oh dear, and he slides his way through turn number 2. I mean, just as you said that, I think we might need to keep the camera off him for just a little while longer, because that was a heart-in-mouth moment for him. He's been able to hold on to the car, and he's lost that position to Norbert Eisner. Still lots of battling through turn number 4. We're watching Bertalan Savagna. I'm gonna get these names eventually, but he is now falling down the order. It seems like, as expected, the pros making their way up the order, but the lead of those drivers, Tamas Gal, doing fantastically well up into 5th.
You're right, actually, and Berezny in 8th. He has been known to sometimes be a slow burner this season, but he is a past champion. We know he definitely can do it. But Tamas Gal, I've not seen him drive in a while, just probably the way luck in life is, but you know what? He's always very exciting to watch. One of the sort of to-be guys that is definitely got the pace to do well. But you know what? I'm so proud of all these amateurs staying up there within 3 laps, keeping it going, just showing it, because they've got everything to win, Dan. This is what I love. The pros here, they've got nothing but opportunities to lose. But the amateur guys, it's all good for them. If they can beat some of the best drivers in the world, then they deserve to be there.
Absolutely, as Zenegratski gets back into the lead, I'd imagine they're going to be swapping positions at the front, just calmly between them. But in this sort of midfield dogfight, it is going to be all over the place. Piotr Stahelec going wheel to wheel with Ismail Fassi through turn number 3. They're still side by side. Stahelec's going to be boxed in by the Mercedes of Danny Berezny in front of him. Still wheel to wheel around the outside through turn number 4. That'll turn to the inside line for the McLaren, but I think the Williams is just about through. And in fact, Ben Jabakonyi now applying the pressure. Wow, Piotr Stahelec struggling. He's lost that position now to Istvan Pukki.
Such good racing, though. I love that. Like, they give each shot. Oh, someone spun it! Damn it! Vinci, just as we were talking about him, the graphic designer for the WOR Ironman, definitely done better on the posters than he's done on this race so far. And the yellow flag, Eastman Pookie into 7th. I'm going to stop talking because that felt mean.
But you know what? It's a long race. It's only lap number 4 of 66. He's still got opportunities. There could be a safety car at some point. So David Vinci just got to keep it on the road for now. He's 3.1 seconds to the rear of Gabor Vaya, and I think Vaya's also lost a number of positions. Not sure what went on with him, but yeah, we'll see what happens as this race continues on. David Vinci, my friend, don't give up.
Yes, mate. Danny Berezny up 12 spots. Eastman Pookie up 11. Ben Shabakonya up 9. We've got Takaks Gabor down 8, Gab down 10, and David Vinci down 17, and Vaya Gabor 11. Sometimes you do see this, though, in the reverse championship order. Like, so the difference I see with the pros and amateurs is, like, in a one-lap pace, the amateurs can probably be up there. We're seeing 66 laps as we have a yellow flag. That is Bertrand Savagna. He's off. He looks like he got damage as well. In the Aston Martin, not a good day for him. I wonder what happened there. I'm guessing probably not a skeleton issue. Maybe there was a little collision there.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. If you've seen how it's been in that sort of middle of the pack, they've just been all over each other for a very long time. And Danny Berejny losing 2 positions into one corner. He's fighting it out with Tamas Gowan. Now Tamas is going to lose that position potentially to Ismail Fassi. So these positions just chopping and changing as this race goes on. Isman Pookie and Danny Berejny, of course, on the soft compounder tyres. We're now 6 laps into this race. I'd imagine that they are going to fall off very, very soon as Isman Pookie will look to the outside of the RB heading in towards turn number 1. Easy DRS overtake. I think Danny Berejny is going to follow along through those soft tyres. Scott still in working nick, but they're definitely not going to last that long.
No, definitely not. As Jarno gets overtaken by Timbo, I've noticed Timbo, he lets Jarno by every time, and one of these days I want him to fight him, but it will happen, Timbo. He's real Faxi into 6th. Wait a minute, I love to see this. I love how close they're getting. He's my Pookie as well. Like, they're doing really great, but you know who's doing great? Eisner, Zenegraski, and Hegedus. They have not slowed each other down. This is what annoys me sometimes when I'm racing and the guy next to me is just not playing the DRS game for me. I'm like, mate, we need to get away from these people. That's what they 3 seem to be doing, just swapping that DRS, getting every advantage they can, because he's Van Pookie. He's not good DRS.
Well, Isfan has actually caught up by about 7/10 on this lap alone, so they're being reeled in, the pro drivers making their way to the front. But I'll tell you one thing, if Eisner, Zenegrazian and Hegedus, if they're able to keep up with this Van Pookie and Danny Berejny, stay within their slipstream and DRS, not lose too many positions behind as well, then they're going to be in a decent opportunity. Once those soft tyres begin to completely fall off a cliff, they'll be in a place to potentially go back through on them.
Yeah, and you can see the gap there from the top 3. Go on, guys. We got this. I would love to see the amateurs come out here and just show these professional drivers that they need to be on their top game. They can't just come here for a chill night of racing. You're coming here to get raced hard and to the max. 66 laps of a random track. I genuinely love the concept of the idea so much. It's like anything can happen. And yes, we've not seen a safety car yet, but honestly, it's only a matter of time, I think.
Oh, that is worrying as, well, now the gap is about to drop below 2 seconds at the minute. It's Van Pookie. He is beginning to reel these eyes again at a rate of knots. And it's a Hungarian top 4 at the minute, top 5 actually at the minute. I forgot Danny Berejny is, of course, a Hungarian native as well. Ismail Fassi on the outside looking in. He's in a sea of green, red and white. But Ismail Fassi doing well. They're all doing well. I'm having a blast watching this today.
Yeah, no, they're keeping it clean, but also giving us enough racing to be entertained for now. I love that. East Van Pookie's just... It's honestly... Do you know what it is? It's like the minimum corner speed that these guys can take. It's just quite unfathomable sometimes, because that's what I found. Because obviously when everyone's foot's down at 100%, you're all going roughly the same speed. But see those apexes? The speed that they can take, it's that extra 5-10 miles per hour. Jarno into 11th. Slow on the mark, but started right at the back, already halfway through this grid. Fair play.
Yeah, of course, Jan Watmir as well on a set of the hard compound of tyres. He's doing well to make his way up the order, and now he's lost a little bit of time. Oh dear, David Vinci out at turn number 1, and there it is.
This is me. So do you know who I don't want to be right now? Is Eisner, Zenegratsky, and Higginus. Like, ouch, that's going to be a rough one. But who got damage earlier? Was it Jack West? He'll be happy.
Jack West.
Yeah,
Jack
he'll be
West.
happy.
He's the only driver as well on the grid that has actually got the same grid spot that he started in. He's made up a net 0 positions in this Grand Prix.
That's amazing.
Everyone else chopping and changing. And I've noticed David Vince actually left the lobby. So you know what? I might hop in myself.
Yeah, looks like there's a spot for you. Let me know if you have any issues. As Dan's coming into the lobby, I'm looking at Vaya Gabor as well. He gets another little chance. Who's been the sort of notable guy? Right, Istvan Pukki, right up in 4th place. He's in the Alpine though, which, you know, apparently is quicker on a per lap basis. I don't know, I'm just saying. Thomas Gao as well. He did slow down a bit there in 8th, but he was definitely doing well to get up there. Up 7 spots. As we have a lot of drivers coming into pit, let's see what tyres they're going to put on. I'm quite curious about this. Well, if it's softs and rain could be... I mean, look at the clouds, actually. They look kind of dark.
They do. Oh, wow. They actually have come in quite quickly. As
What?
Okay. Mate, is there rain now? What am I looking at? They're all on inters.
Wait. I might have seen... No, there's no rain. Maybe it's imminent.
Maybe it's coming in the next few laps. There's a minimum 2 laps that the safety car has to go under. Eisner, Zenegratsky, Hegedus, they've all stayed out at the minute. Interesting to see both McLarens are still out on circuit.
Yeah.
Piotr Stahelec, if he's not able to get through on his teammate, he'll have to double stack. And if the rain comes soon, I mean, the top 5, I believe it is, top 6, I actually think, they are all screwed.
I mean, yeah, you could be right, but then Jarno confuses me with his choices, because, like, if the rain was coming this early, why is he on hards? He does this every week. He does it every week. He goes on to, like, the exact opposite tire, I think, and then he somehow just does well with it, and I'm just like, what is strategy? I don't know.
I really don't know. I mean, like... You know what, mate? He is a mysterious one. He likes to keep it a little bit silly. Fair play to him. I mean, if he's gone for the hard, maybe he knows something that we don't. I certainly am not up to the pace of these guys. I know that you've got a little bit of pace in the back of an F1 car. Myself, absolutely none. I'm just better behind a microphone. So that's where I like to stay. Let these guys do the driving and all the thinking. We just get to shout on them.
Yeah, totally. Talking about us, I'm going to bring us back on the screen just so you know. There we go. Hello, we're back, people! Safety camera scene! Right, as we have Eisner. Oh, lucky he didn't get a penalty there. That felt quick.
Now it's raining.
Oh, is it? Oh, it is! Right, so was this not the right lap to come in?
Well, I
don't
guess
know.
if you're behind the safety car, you're not using up any of the tyres. So, essentially... To all those that didn't pit, still the McLarens didn't pit. Neither of them came in. When the rain has actually hit, it's a very interesting call to stay out now that you know the rain is here. I'm a bit confused because it might not get wet enough for the next few laps, but I mean...
This is my guy, like, it's my guy Zenegratsky. I don't know what he's doing. He messaged me the other day and it was like, do you know what, I'm going to do well. I'm just thinking, what are we doing? Shabba Higginus and Statula, maybe they know something we don't. But that rain looks heavy. I'm sorry, that's heavy. That's been half a lap. It's 100% going to be inters. It might not be inters yet, but in definitely 2 laps, it's going to be inters. And it's an obvious decision to do it because everyone's right behind them. They're going to 19th and 18th and 17th. That's where we're going to go.
Yeah, and I think this lap in, I think the safety car might come in this lap. We find out.
Yeah.
Around about the 3rd sector, and so we're gonna, Zenegratsky, Hegedus, Stahelec, they're not gonna have an opportunity to pit under the safety car. I think, yeah, there it is, safety car in this lap.
What is going on here? I swear, Zenegratsky, when you're watching this back, you remember this moment, okay? Right, so Istvan Pukki, he is going to be our net race leader at this point. I don't think it's going to take them very long to overtake. Let's bring our beautiful faces away. Goodbye, world. And jump on to the safety car. Zenegratsky, Dan, you obviously take this away. Have some fun with it.
Yeah, Zenegratsky trying to get a little bit more heat into the tyres. It's his discretion as to when and where they get going again. And we'll see, is it wet enough for the intermediates, or do the slick tyres still have a little bit of drag? And you can see it is quite to the former, because Istvan Pukki all over the back of Piotr Stahelec and Hegedus. Hegedus with a big slide through the final corner. Istvan Pukki trying to find a way through. They bang wheels into the first corner. Pukki trying to thread the needle, and he's done it superbly. What a move from Istvan Pukki into the first corner, and he gets through on Hegedus and Stahelec. It's just Zenegratsky to clear.
What was that? That was great. I was just like, nah, mate, you're going three wide into it. The Mercedes, Ferrari, and the McLaren all going for it. I love that they all got away from that intact. Coming into this left-hander, what will they be able to do? McLaren's been able to stay on. Williams, he's much faster. Oh, I guess his foot down. Nailed that overtake. We'll get that done. And Zenegratsky, no, my guy, no. He's done it again, no.
I mean, it was inevitable at this point, unfortunately. Zenegratsky losing a place to both Istvan Pukki and Danny Berezhney. I don't know what these guys were thinking, staying out on the slick tyres when it is quite clearly raining, and raining pretty heavy now. It's coming down quite badly. Oh my god, Hegedus really struggling there.
I don't like these pieces. Guys, you're like the highest level of our game. Come on. Right, Hegedus all the way down into 12th. Ishmael Fassi into 4th. Tamashgal, Berezny, and Istvan Pukki. The pros have taken the top as our guys come into pit. So, now, this is another place, area of driving where I've noticed the pros can sometimes get away from the amateurs. But in the same vein, it can bring them closer together as well, is the rain. You can't practice this as extensively as you can the dry, and for instance in time trial you can't go into the rain, so it's really up to the pros to kind of dominate on the rain, but sometimes it can be different.
It's a very interesting call as well from Hegedus to go into the wet tyres. I think the pros sussed out a couple of weeks ago, or just in the space, that the wets are useless on this game. So again, a second interesting strategy call coming out from Hegedus, but I mean, what a downfall for these guys. Leading from the front as Jack West gets through on Timbo. Leading from the front, safety car comes out, the rain hits, and they all decide to pit at a very interesting time. And yeah, now they are plumb last, the three of them.
I don't understand. Just in case anyone's come in, there is not a safety car. It's just one of the bugs in this game. Hopefully it will go away in a second. But Jarno, halfway up the grid, he's just like, he's been a bit quiet almost, you know. We've not really seen too much from him, but yeah, he's up 10 spots. Do you know what I mean? So like, that's the sort of race he's having. He's just sort of ninja snaking his way up. Let's see if he can have anything to do on Joni Tormala, who again, great driver as well, but what great news for Jarno and Red Bull, right? The world kind of knew it was going to happen before it happened, but like, such a cool event, right?
I know, Jarno Ottmar and Freddie Rasmussen, of course, teaming up at Red Bull. It's a disgusting lineup. I mean, it's going to be very difficult for... I mean, Red Bull are always constructors, team standings focused, and they've essentially got the two title contenders for next season of F1 Sim Racing. So I think they're in a very good spot at the minute. But this is the first time we're actually getting to see Jarno racing in a Red Bull. Of course, we've been using the F1 World Car in WOR PC Tier 1 as of recently. Joni Tormala down the inside of Gab through turn number 4. Nice move, Jarno Ottmar. Also looking for a way through. Great battling up the inside, going through on his former car of the Mercedes. It's weird not seeing Jarno Ottmar in that black arrow, but I tell you what, he looks good in blue.
He suits it. I won't lie. Actually, yeah, like I love the Red Bull. Obviously, I love the McLaren look as well, Mercedes look. But definitely, it was actually cool to see him in an Alpine for a while as well. He chose that car as a sort of like bridging between the two. That was kind of cool. But yeah, no, that was a cool move as well. Joni Tormala, in a good spot as well, but you know who is in a very good spot? Takax Gabor. He's one of the amateur drivers in Balint Elikas. Like they're representing right now. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, absolutely. As this race continues on, I mean, the rain is getting even heavier as it passes. I think on the Discord, as all Danny Berezhney looks to the inside of Istvan Pukki, his fellow countryman, in towards turn number 1. I can already tell on the Hungarian stream that they are absolutely loving this at the minute. I mean, it's fantastic viewing for us as well. I'm very happy to see Danny Berezhney, who's been a part of the F1 sim racing scene for a very long time. Jarno Ottmar through on Joni Tormala. Danny Berezhney, though, a veteran in this industry, and he's still kicking it about with the kids of today.
Oh yeah, no, he's great, and he's like an Ironman champion. He is such an incredible racer to watch. I love to see it. Trying to keep on with all the overtakes. There's a lot of overtakes to go on in this race, so sometimes a bit hard to capture all. But Eisner in 10th, wasn't first. Team Bull now in 15th. Red Bull. Okay, let's go for this. They're going into this corner. This can sometimes end badly. Backs off just in time.
Oh, and you can see Savagna, he's been able to get back into the fight after having the spin in towards turn at number 4, I think, a couple of laps before the safety car came out. So essentially saved his race, and something tells me this is not going to be the last one what we've seen in this Grand Prix. It was only lap like 10 or something when the first safety car came out, so I'd imagine just by statistics alone, we're going to see it come out again.
Mate, is this beautiful camera shot ever going to end? Please don't end. That is like half a lap of the helicopter shot. Seeing this cool game. Sometimes I love the look of this game. And that was a cracking moment to just watch these 3 drivers just complete half a lap around Spain. Beautiful track. Yes, some people maybe not into it. But, you know, we have a limited time with this track, right? We need to enjoy it while we have it. Was it Madrid? Or was it... I can't remember. But there could be another track taken over for the Spanish GP. Am I right?
I'm not too sure. I think there's some talks of a Madrid street race or whatever. I mean, fingers crossed we don't see that, because I think there's too many street races coming onto the calendar. I do love pure... Oh dear.
Sorry.
You're right.
Yeah, I love street races. We need to talk about these things.
What?
How can you like street races? Like, Baku's banging.
There's too many of them now. Like, for every Baku, you've got 5 Monacos, okay? And, like, Monaco is a fantastic circuit, but it's boring to watch. Come on, man.
I mean, like, Hungary's boring to watch for me. Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. I'm in a Hungarian stream. Oh, just Scott, honestly, I keep badmouthing Hungary, and I've got nothing against Hungary. I love you guys. Hungarians, you're amazing. Okay, we need to talk about this. Like, I'm talking Vegas. I'm talking about, like, Jeddah. Would you count Jeddah as a street circuit?
I don't know. It was purpose built, wasn't it? It's in the marina. It's purpose built. It's weird though. It is weird, but I think I just love circuits like Spain where one mistake and you're into the gravel. I mean, I guess in some well, actually most street circuits, if you make a mistake, you're into the wall. There's not too much of a difference, but I don't know, something about just gravel traps and grass and just elevation changes all throughout the circuit. It speaks to me, and I would hate to see Spain off the calendar.
Fair enough. Do you know what? I value that opinion. Fair enough. I am just a weird sort of no Drive to Survive sort of kind of F1 fan numpty guy that just would like to see tracks on all sort of the most famous places in the world, like going underneath the Eiffel Tower in France, you know, that kind of thing. But maybe I'm just a bit too sort of views of grandeur.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of discussion to be had really about circuits in Formula. I think there's a lot of tracks that are, you know, circuits like this one that are also rubbish, and so we need provisions to the calendar. It can't all be the same stuff. But you know what? I would love to see Spain.
As you vanished into the air in your Discord there, just make sure it works.
Came down very, very quick.
Oh, he's back! Love it. We lost you for a little second there. It almost sounded like you just flew away. You were just wait. But you're back. Beresney and second. Yes, you are. Yeah, I can hear you very well. You're back. So nothing's really changed the last few laps. That's why we've just been talking kind of a little bit nonsense about tracks and stuff. Oh, I've heard Germany had a good track. Was it Hockenheim?
Hockenheim was brilliant.
Yeah,
it was home to one of the most unpredictable, exciting races. I think in 2019. It was a fantastic Grand Prix, and everything happened in the first 30 laps. I think Robert Kubica ended up in the top 10.
Right, that's cool. Okay, so I'm new, like, to the world of F1. So how long have you been an F1 fan, Dan?
Oh, I've been watching F1 since I was a little boy with my dad. I used to cry if Lewis Hamilton wasn't winning. He had to explain to me it's just qualifying. There's a race tomorrow. I didn't know, but yeah, no, I've F1 for a very long time. And it's brilliant to be able to be a commentator on some of these fantastic drivers.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love that. I love that kind of story. F1 was weird. I never really knew much about it. Obviously knew Hamilton, etc. Then when I got to like 29, 30, I just started watching Drive to Survive. And then I was like, mate, this is amazing. But now I'm like a stereotypical Ricardo fan where like half the people don't like him. But I think he's great. I would love to have seen him in the Red Bull seat. But, you know, it's just one of those things. Jarno Opmeer has caught up in Jabal Konya very fast. I'm just saying, this man is actually coming alive in the rain.
Oh, yeah, I know what, he's turned up another gear and he'll looking towards the final corner. No DRS, of course, in these wet weather conditions. Headed down the straight, of course, ERS power is a little bit weaker in the wet weather conditions, but it's no problem for Jan Watmir. He's now up into 6th position, further behind them. Jack West as well, who's been able to get his front wing fixed. Oh, dear. A little bit of an aggressive move on Gabor there, but you know what? I mean, Robin's racing, as they do say. But a very, very bold move, you got to say, from Jack West.
Yeah, I gotta say, it was a little, not as much as he's found Pookie earlier getting into the lead. That was great. Or getting into second, sorry. That was banging. Sorry, stop. I need to stop saying that word, sorry. I have other words. I have a thesaurus of words like sublime and exceptional and masterful, and I keep using banging. I can't help it. Eastbound Pookie, but Isney Fassy, they're not really doing anything. They're kind of just staying with each other. Oh, another beautiful camera shot. Let's do this.
Yeah, headed in towards turn at number 10. Danny Berejnay around the outside of Istvan Pookie. They'll be wheel to wheel through turn at number 11. It will turn from the left into the right. Danny Berejnay up the inside of his fellow countryman. A well-worked, aggressive overtake from Danny Berejnay. Really trying to force out Istvan Pookie, who's still hanging it around the outside. Great stuff there from Danny. Istvan, though, will have the opportunity to come at him down the straight. Ismail Fassi looking to get involved as well as they head in towards this first corner. Istvan Pookie going to have another crack at the whip. Ismail Fassi looking to get involved into the first corner. They go 3 wide into that first corner. Who is going to get the move done? It is Istvan Pookie still maintaining that lead. Danny Berejnay getting involved as well, but Istvan Pookie holds on there. Fantastic racing from them.
Was great. I love that. I wish I was able to have the skill to do that. I'd take everyone out if I was trying to do that. I think it breaks too late, just absolutely smacks your rear out. No, that was a phenomenal with the camera shot, with you kind of going off, like getting more into like that was a great moment there. We had a moment, okay, and I just enjoyed sort of watching that. Would you like to go again?
That's one for a Twitter feed or whatever, you know. You can post that on the socials, and we have a right laugh with that one. But brilliant racing between these two, who are in a Grand Prix of their own at the minute. Balance, shout out to him as well. Considered an amateur driver, he's keeping Tamas Gow and Jan Otmir behind. Very, very nice. Well, Jan is about 3 seconds behind Tamas at the minute, but Balance, shout out to him in 4th.
Yeah, definitely. I'm starting to ask a couple of questions of Tamas Gow. Maybe he's just getting a bit used to it. Because he's got big chunk of his ERS gone there as well, and not sort of making the sort of fight to that podium spot. It's about 3.3 seconds off in the rain, and that could work, especially if the top 3 are slowing each other down. Obviously that half lap was beautiful to watch of them fighting, but that will slow them down if they keep doing that.
Oh, Tamas Gow, 3-second time penalty, the first one of the day. And that's going to hurt him towards the end of this Grand Prix, and I think Balance is going to be looking at one. Of course, he's going to be able to see on the top of his screen that Tamas got that penalty. A little bit less pressure on the RB driver.
So to me, it's starting to look very wet, like ridiculously wet, to the point where we could even be looking at full wet tires soon if it doesn't go away, because you can see that's relentless.
Yeah, it is very heavy rain at the minute. Of course, it is all custom. And, Yanni Dormer down the inside at turn number 4. The wet weather tyres could actually be viable in these conditions. But, I mean, who was it that fitted them on? It was Shaba. Has he come into the pit lane because he's 37? Yeah, he's just pitted actually on this lap.
It's getting rainier. Rainier? I don't even think that's a word. Anyway, moving on. So the gaps starting to kind of phase out a little bit, but Tamas Gow obviously within a second. That top 3 are relentless with how they're just staying with each other. Like, this is it. They've got 46 laps, and they're just going to kind of do their best to kind of stay in the front. That's nearly 4 seconds. Last time we looked, I'm sure that was 3-second gap. Now it's 4.
Yeah, 4 seconds of a gap between Balin and the top 3. So the top 3 doing their best at the minute. And here's Danny Berejnay headed in towards turn number 1. I've just pressed C on my keyboard trying to go on board with him. I'm not used to this kind of view.
He's just disappeared again. You're
Really?
not cool enough. Oh, he's back. Let's go, mate.
What's happening? What's going on?
I don't know. It just disappeared for like a little second. Maybe just reset the
man.
call and jump back in.
Yeah.
That might help for you. You never know what Discord's like sometimes.
Yeah, Discord likes to take the mick a little bit. Hopefully you can still hear me, but I'll see you in just a sec.
It's always beautiful though. I love it when you can hear the voice just kind of going. I love that. I find it quite comical. Danny Berezny not really doing anything, realizing that if the three of them just stick together, then they're going to be absolutely fine because that's 4.1 seconds in the rain, and they just need to hold out for the dry. But honestly, it doesn't look like it's going to get dry anytime soon. Tamish Gal not really gaining on Elicus as we would like to see. If anything, staying the same, maybe a tenth or two a bit slower. Sends it into that corner though, to be honest, and gets his foot down quite well. That was nice. You're back, my friends.
Hello, they're both drifting their way practically around this circuit. It's making some great viewing. Oh my god, Tamash really struggling to keep it on the road. I think this rain is probably as heavy as it's going to get.
Yeah, you would think so, but if it stays up, like, it takes a lot for them to go into those wet tires, because obviously you might have to come off them back onto intermediates. Like, if you're going to wets now, you might be committing staying that way until softs, and that can be rough. I get why they want to stay on the intermediates if possible.
Yeah, and that's why it's sort of it didn't make sense for Hegedus to go straight on to the wet tires, and a little part of me is glad that I'm not seeing him in the very top, because of course that is one of the names at the beginning, well, before the stream, that I told you I'm really going to struggle with. So it's a little bit of a lifeline to me. Of course, it's very sad that his race isn't going according to plan, but of course, safety cars are still very possible. You see Savanya at the minute, 13th position. He's doing very well considering he had a spin a couple of laps ago. He's sort of in no man's land at the minute. He's got Zenegratsky in behind and Gab as well, but then he's 4.2 seconds behind Milan Meyer. So a lot of work to be done if he wants to make his way up the order, but good stuff for not giving up.
Yeah, definitely. Yarno now, right? Caught right up to Tamish Gal. That's interesting. Danny Berezny actually takes the lead of the race as well. That is a normal enough overtake. Let's look at Yarno. Getting the move done on Tamish Gal. Okay, so that's put a little bit of a statement on Tamish Gal for this race. He's definitely not up to pace. Yarno just caught and overtook a little bit too easily there, and now he's looking for fourth.
Yeah. Oh, Zenegratsky.
That's my guy.
Yeah, 3-second time penalty for him. Track limits, but Jarno Otmir, of course, we know how quick he is in the wet weather conditions. There's this Van Pookie back up the inside of Danny Berger in towards the first corner. Have the outside for turn number 2. Stick it up the inside in turn number 3 as they go through this long-winded right-hander. Great stuff. It's Van Pookie drifting his way through in the Alpine. Ishmael Fatty with the greatest view in the house at the minute. Here's Danny Berger around the outside now of Van Pookie. If he can stick it around the outside of the inside for turn number 5. Not quite there. And now Ishmael Fatty arriving onto the scene around the outside of Danny Berger. Brilliant racing through turn number 5. Ishmael Fassi, ever the opportunist, a creative move around the outside.
Mate, you're getting these banging moves. Like, what is this? You're getting these cracking half laps. Come on, guys, give me one. As they keep going, Ishmael Fassi into second place. East Van Pookie taking the lead of this race. And Danny Berezny. Oh, he's going far. All right, let's go, Fassi. Round the outside. Will there be enough space left? Yes, there is, but at the same time, East Van Pookie's having none of it. Gets in that inside line, will have the line, will he have the traction to get out? Look, it's nearly neck and neck. East Van Pookie keeping it though, so everyone coming into form, not wanting to fight that one too heavily.
Oh, but they're going to get another opportunity in towards turn number... Oh my god, it's Van Pookie a little bit slow through that final corner, and Ishmael Fassi, Danny Berger right on his tail.
Yeah, that might have even been damaged. We'll need to take a look at his car if we get an opportunity. Look how wet and just... Oh, 3 wide, that's banging. Let's go. Ishmael Fassi takes first, but Danny Berezny round the inside, 2 at the outside, coming back onto the inside. Gets that done. That was cool with the fog and the rain and everything. That was just lovely. Thanks, guys. I got my moment. Thank you.
Made sure you got yours eventually. And one thing as well, we've not got the safety car anymore. It's they're still around the outside. They're still going for it, man. And all this battling, you know what that's doing? That's is inviting Jan Otmir to get closer and closer with every single passing lap. Danny Berejnay and István Pukki are just going at it. It feels like Ismail Fassi, he's been allowed to do exactly what he wants. And these guys, they've just got it out for each other. As they head through the second sector, they're still fighting it.
That's great. Well done, guys. This is what we want to see. This is what, you have a long day at work or whatever you're doing. You come home and you get to see a great race like this. Sometimes you don't need safety cars every 10 laps. If you get guys like this that can race this hard but leave enough space to avoid taking each other out, we can get lap upon lap upon lap. And this is actually why some people maybe are not the biggest fan of DRS as well, so that, it provides another sort of form of racing.
It's sort of it increases the skill floor, I think, because you're not going to have that lifeline of just, oh, I'm within a second, I can go for it on the straight. You've actually got to make those moves well worked, and Jan Otmir is beginning to close up to these leaders because they still continue to fight into that first corner, but for the first time in a couple of laps, they've actually kept it relatively clean. They've not gone at each other's throats once again. Maybe they know now Jan Otmir is closing. He is the two-time F1 sim racing champion. I think we might want to, okay, never mind, just go against what I say. István Pukki around the outside of Danny Berejnay. They're still fighting it out, and Jan Otmir beginning to close again.
Mate, I hope he does. That's just going to get bang. He gains 4/10 in that corner. He's obviously 3.8 seconds behind. They are slowing each other down. They need to realise that this is not what you want to do. But at the end of the day, these guys must be having so much fun as well. Like, I love a race when it's like this, when you've got similar skill set people around that are being fair and having fun, and you're just like, well, let's just go for it. Like, let's just send it and have fun. I know he's going to leave the space, and I'm going to leave the space. Let's just have some fun. But Jarno, nearly a second this lap. He's about 7/8 up from what it was.
And he's going to drag Belen Elikas as well into the fight, which is very exciting because then we could have the opportunity for an amateur driver to be scrapping it out with 4 F1 sim racing drivers. You've got 2 very established drivers, former teammates as well, in Jan Otmir and Danny Berejnay, and then you've got 2 young up-and-comers, Ismail Fassi and István Pukki. This should make for some fantastic racing as they head in towards the first corner again. Danny Berejnay keeping it very calm. Ismail Fassi will continue to lead.
Yeah, 100%. And do you know what I'm noticing? The rain getting a little bit less. It looks like if they hold out for another 10 minutes, I think, we're going to be racing on a dry track, DRS back, pedal to the metal, full effing octane. I didn't swear I'd done it. I can't wait for it as well. Jarno, 3.6, lost a few tenths this lap, but obviously that won't stop him. We can't judge him lap by lap. You will see over the course of maybe 4 or 5 laps. Just eating that time down. But you never know, Berejnay and Pukki, if they can just sort of stop fighting, then, maybe not.
Yeah, absolutely. If they continue like this, Jan Otmir is going to have a difficult time of catching up. He's gained about a 10th in this sector, but there's still plenty of laps left to go this time by. It's going to be 40 to go in this. I hope my maths is right. Yeah, no, I'm not wrong there. I mean, I didn't do maths at A-level or anything, but I tell you what, I've got it bang on. 40 laps to go this time by. I'm fantastic racing at the minute.
That was good. I like that. Yeah, no, you're right. Milan Meyer, he's also at the back of Tickets Gabor as well. Just trying to keep it, obviously, this fight up the front. This is not, sometimes it's a bit rare for the front to be this is exciting. Sometimes they just fly away, but like they are so close together. We're just going to keep with them. Jarno 3.5, going to need to start putting in some times here if he wants to try and catch up before DRS. I imagine at this rate, 5, 6, 7, 8 laps before you might see it. Oh, Danny Berejnay going for it again. He's István Pukki and the inside as well. The outside, sorry. Keeping Ismail Fassi right into that. Will he go for it? No, he doesn't. He backs off. István Pukki gets second place and nearly goes for it as well for Berejnay. Like, I feel like at this point they're kind of just having fun and I'm here for it.
Absolutely. I think they just know that they are on camera at the minute. They want to just show off, that we can drive in the wet like this. I'm sure all the viewers, well, maybe some of the viewers at home, they're able to do what they're doing. But for myself, maybe for Scott as well, no chance that I'm getting clean racing like this. If I'm driving with my friends, this is not happening. We're all in the wall at some point. But this is brilliant battling between Berejnay, Pukki and Fassi. Jan Otmir, though, almost within 3 seconds of these guys. Unfortunately, Balint has lost a little bit of time, but he's doing well keeping Tamas Gal behind. It's been about like 17, no, not, well, yeah, about 17 laps since we saw the safety car come in, and he's kept him behind all this time.
I think that's quite amazing, to be honest. Yeah, teams look out for him. He's absolutely banging. And obviously, it's Zenegratsky, though! Ah, my heart bleeds for my guy. He's so nice as well. He'll get back there, though. Just nice to see him being the first McLaren. He needs to get away from Statulik. 6 seconds now for it. But yeah, you know what? We'll see what happens. And so much so that I've kind of forgot what I was going to say. So maybe you just come in then.
It's tragic, unfortunately, for Daniel Zenegratsky. Very sad to see, as Jan is losing time to the leaders at the minute. I mean, Jan, he's always been very, very good in the wet weather conditions, and he's always had the absolute supreme race pace in comparison to everyone else. No matter what category it is he's racing in, he is always the fastest man in the race. So it's interesting to see why he's not actually been able to catch up in the last few laps.
Actually, you know him, if he's streaming or something, he just starts chatting to people or something, you know, like, that's the thing. Sometimes being lap in, lap out, you can't really be there. Sometimes you see them just switch it on, you know, and then just gain that. Because obviously he might be doing some tire saving as well, because, like, yes, the rain is ending, let's get a better shot, but that still could be quite a while. How many laps have they done on these tires? Like, yeah, look at that. They've done a lot of laps in these tires, so I imagine there could be tire wearing issues as well.
I mean, I'd never realised it was that many laps already. They have just flown by. It's a lot slower in the wet weather conditions. But what I've noticed on this game and the last game as well is that when it dries up very, very quickly. So in the next, you know, once the rain stops, I'd say give it 2 or 3 laps maybe. We'll see drivers coming in for the slicks.
Yeah, it's almost not consistent enough. Sometimes when you just cross the line for like that second lap, it's like completely dry and you missed out too much and now you've missed like 10 seconds. So yeah, you really need to be sort of very eager to go. But obviously you don't want to be too quick, otherwise like your race is done. Like being on dry tires when it's too wet is just absolutely brutal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you know, you got to time it absolutely perfect. And luckily, it seems like most teams are spread out. And actually, most of the field is just entirely spread out. So no one's really going to have an issue with double stacking under the yellow flag. That's Jack West, one of our pro drivers this evening. Jack West going for a spin down a turn at number 5. And there might have been a bit of debris as well. We'll have a little look. See, no, he's not got anything missing off his front wing. But Jack West involved in yet another incident this evening.
And it was with Eisner. Like, I don't think he does have damage. I'll keep on him for a little second. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Unfortunate to not see a safety car, though. That would have been insane, Les, because it would have dried just as they were restarting. That would have been a kind of magical moment. But we will move on. Another great camera shot. Spain are giving us some beautiful moments. As much as there could be some issues with this game, one of the things that are just incredible are these moments with the camera shots and just giving you these cool moments, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful in this game sometimes. I think Eisner does have damage. I kind of got a little glimpse of his front left end plate. It will get a better view of it heading in towards turn at number 1, but I think indeed there is damage. Yeah, missing front end plate there. Contact with Jack West then. Not sure what happened. That speaks to me because that's a left-handed corner. Maybe Jack West went up the inside a bit too eagerly on the back of Eisner, and they made contact. Eisner got the damage. Jack West into a spin.
Me, that's next level thinking. I wouldn't have got that far. Oh, because it was this corner, so he could have done this. I'm just like, yes, Dan. Yes, mate. That's what I want to hear, man. I need to learn this. Oh, I nearly swore again there. You're not catching me this time. Okay, Ismail Fassi in 3rd place still. Another cool shot. I don't think anyone's going to make any moves because I think they're realizing if they just stop the fighting, they can keep Jarno at bay because we're still in that 3.3, 3.2. Oh, we've got another yellow. It's one of the... No, don't. No, it's Zenegratsky. Oh.
Oh, Daniel, mate. We share the same name as well, and he's done this to me. Very sad to see Zenegratsky into a spin. He's still ahead of his teammate, Piotr Stahelec, so fair play to him. But there was about 4 seconds between them, and now it is 2. Oh my God, Piotr, as they head through turn at number 9. That was there. Piotr Stahelec getting very close to the back of his McLaren teammate, and he wants to get through. He's all over the rear of Daniel Zenegratsky. Zenegratsky, though, holding him at bay.
I mean, it's both of them are in the bin, though. Terrible. Moving on to Joni Tormala. Thinks about making a move, does not with Eisner. Eisner will be a bit slower with that damage, obviously. Ismail Fassi getting very close again to the back of Danny Berezny, keeping fight for that podium. But Jarno, if anything, he's lost a bit more time. It's I think his tires are just done, and he's kind of just holding out for the pit stop. It's not happening yet. That rain has been quite slow getting away. As you alluded to a bit earlier, though, once it's gone, this track will dry quickly. But it's taking quite a while for this sort of light rain to dissipate.
Yeah, it's been in this sort of phase for, I think, a decent amount of time, a good few laps where it wasn't incredibly heavy. But yeah, now they're at just a point as Gab is coming into the pit lane. I wonder, is that for an early set of slicks? No, it's for another set of the intermediate tires. They were at about the same rate, I'd say, as the mediums. So once you get to 22 laps, that is when they actually do begin to struggle quite a bit. But then you've seen in other league races, drivers do 0 stops on a set of the intermediate tires, so they can go a decent bit into this race. But we'll just wait and see. Is Gab going to be the only one to take off that set, or are we going to see someone else coming into the pit lane? As I'm seeing on the timing towers some close battles further back behind, stemming from Joni Tormala. And I'm interested to see, because Eisner and Jack West, of course, they had their little bit of contact. We presume they're back together on circuit now.
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be passions flaring as we're halfway through this race. This is the part where you need to try and make the most time now. You will understand that everyone's coming in for a pit stop soon enough. This rain is obviously going away. It's getting even lighter now. Still don't understand the decision to go into another set of inters. He's really going to need a safety car to sort him out now. But yeah, that fight sort of... Oh, Jack nearly going for it, but Eisner just shut the door, goes deep, opens up the opportunity for Jack West, gets his foot down at an alarmingly fast rate, and actually gets that move done before the left-hander. I felt like that just opened out of nowhere for him.
Yeah, nice stuff there from Jack West. And Eisner, of course, very deep on the brakes. Was a bit of a late move to cover off Jack West. Jack, lucky that he didn't go up the inside very heavily. But one thing I'm now noticing is that the rain looks to have stopped. I'm not seeing any yet on board as well. You can kind of picture it on the halo most times. There is now no more rain on circuit as we're headed on towards lap number 33. So we're almost, well, we're coming up to the halfway point of this race as Danny Berger is through on Istvan Pukki once again. We could see in the next couple of laps now, Scott, the slick tyres coming back into the picture.
I think someone might be ballsy enough to go for this lap. Like, I agree with you. Sometimes it goes scarily fast, and it's hard to understand how or why. But yeah, we will see. As you can see, because the track already is starting to look a bit more drier than usual as well. The guys will know by the tyre temperatures, all right? On boards, their tyres will heat up. Oh, Ismail Fassi gets that move done on the inside. It's going to be neck and neck, going for it. Who's going to back off? Is anyone going to back off? Ah, Istvan Pukki backed off. Do you know what? Just a bit too safe for me. I want to see them flying in that.
Yeah, come on, guys. You gotta send it up every single corner. This is, oh my God, Ismail, maybe not that hard, mate. Jesus, he's almost sent it through the sausage curb off the exit of turn number 9. That's a very dangerous part of the circuit. If you run wide through there, Ismail Fassi not giving any room at the end for Istvan Pukki as they head through in towards turn number 13, I believe this is now. Jarno Opmeer closing up the gap as well, 1.6 seconds.
Where did that go? He just gained 1.5 seconds.
I know.
Where did that come from?
He's in.
Oh, he's in. Right, where's he going? Softs, mediums, or hards? I would imagine hards, but he's already used a set of hards. Does he have 2? How much would they wear? Maybe mediums.
Medium tyres, indeed. So these guys, they're all going to have a free choice of tyres. But of course, Jarno Opmeer starting on those hards. I don't know if they actually get another set unless he's picked harder in the tyre allocation. But he's gone onto the mediums. We'll see what everyone else does in behind him. We've got Elikas, Gao, Savanya, West, Jabba, and it seems to be a little bit of a mix. Tamas Gao onto the mediums and Jack West onto the hards, as is Balint. We'll have to wait and see what the best strategy is as there's yellow flags. Where is that?
It looks like on the straight, on the start-finish line. No idea what happened there, to be honest. It was not a car retiring, so I have no clue what it is. If anyone knows, please let us know. Jarno into 7th. Let's look at those tyres again. He's in the net leads. Like,
oh, Jesus, mate.
Okay, that was a bit... Yeah, maybe it's a bit early.
It's a little bit early at this point. We'll see. Actually, it's going to be interesting because Zenogratsky, he is at the mercy of Jack West, Milan Mayer, Ben Chabakonyi, who have pitted on to the slicks, but they're not actually gaining all that much. And is Zenogratsky closing to the back of Tamas Gao? Indeed he is. They've gone too early.
Oh, but Ismail Fassi is coming in now. Berezny stays out. Pukki stays out. Yoni Tormler, we'll find out in a second what he's done. But yeah, important move to Ismail Fassi. Where's he going to come out? Is he going to be coming out in front of Yarno? That's the question right now. He came in a lap later. Did Yarno make the right move, or did Ismail Fassi? Judging by the estimations, I feel that Ismail Fassi is going to come out a few seconds ahead.
Think he might be.
Yep.
Ismail Fassi is going to be getting his car serviced now, of course, to Williams right at the end of the pit lane, and he is already out of the pit box. So, wow, he has gained a lot on Jarno Opmeer. It was a scruffy outlap from the Flying Dutchman. He's made a little bit of an error, I'd say, here, because now he is a long way back. It's about 6 seconds between himself, just over that, between himself and Ismail Fassi. And a lap ago, it was about 1.5.
Yeah, that's kind of mad, actually. And Ismail Fassi onto the hard tyres. They can go to the end easily. Like, not even worries of tyre wear. Like, he just makes it to the end. So if there's no safety cars, he's in a good spot. But, obviously, don't count out Berezny and Puki. They've been up there the entire time. Yoni Tormel as well. DRS enabled. That is it. It is now time to come off those tyres and get onto the track. Let's see if Berezny's left it too late.
Well, I still think it might be slightly too early because Zenigratsky, he is still fighting it out with the intermediate runners, and Balint Elikas has now lost 2 spots in that fight because Zenigratsky has gone through, and then Tamas Gal has tried to follow him through on their slick tyres. They're losing time still. So Zenigratsky, he's doing a very good job on the intermediates. Of course, he'll have to pit, and he's not going to have the window to get through on some of these guys, but a decent bit ahead of his teammate as Eisner is now into the pits. But I still feel it's maybe a lap or 2 too early.
Yeah, that's my guys in a Gratscape representing for the McLarens. Love to see a Yarno getting into 6th place, 5th place, overtaking some of these guys that are now just coming on to the dry tyres. But again, Danny, Yuki, Puki, they're not doing anything at this moment in time. They're staying out as cars are now coming in, keeping the tyre information up just so you can see it. More, it's kind of split with hards and mediums, few more hards.
I think I'd say the hards are probably the better tire to go on at this point because you're doing pretty much half of the race on this set. So Jarno Opmeer, Tamas Gal, Ben Shabakoni, Savanya, they're gonna have the quicker tires at the minute, of course. But then as this race goes on, they're gonna lose a lot of pace. So Jarno Opmeer, you know, all these guys have got to make hay while the sun still shines. Here's Danny Bereshne into the pit lane, followed in by Istvan Puki. It looks now is the time to come into the pit lane.
Yeah, definitely. I'm guessing Yoni Tormela will be at the exact same. So we'll be jumping on board with Ismail Fassi in a second and seeing how quick he can get up. Berezny already now coming down that end pit straight. Will he be overtaken? Yoni Tormela, and it's now up to Ismail Fassi. Looks like this is going to be really close, I think, especially coming into the end of turn 3. It looks like Danny Berezny might just be ahead of him. Oh, yeah, definitely. They have nailed I can't even speak. They've nailed it that hard. That's amazing. They're even further away from Ismail Fassi now. And they came in after. Oh, what's happened? Let me find it.
I think it's Hagedis getting out of the way. Thank God for that. Hagedis just getting out of the way of the 2 leaders. Of course, he has a lap down at this point. So, I mean, that was scary. I thought one of those 2 had just gone for a spin.
I love it. Yeah, we do like to see the back markers getting out of the way. Otherwise, they can see things can get passionate. Teambo, Vaya Gabor, and Gab still on the intermediate tires. Guys, you really leave us with some difficult questions to answer sometimes with your strats, but you know what? We love you. And that's the man.
Absolutely, and they're all into the pit lane. Gab with a very peculiar pick there to go onto an intermediate set of tires for the 2nd time in this race, but he's gonna slap on the dries after I think 6 laps on his set of the inters, so very questionable decision there. But you know, maybe if a safety car comes out, he's gonna come up trumps and it will steal the win from us all.
Yeah, no, totally. Now, this fight I'm interested in. Elikas now trying to catch up to Tamas Gal. If I'm not mistaken, they were switched around. Istvan Puki gets the lead of this race, by the way. They decided to go for an overtake at an unorthodox corner. Thank you very much, guys. I was trying to keep you guys for the start-finish line, but that's fine. Danny Berezny, what we have to say about that? But yeah, Balint Elikas gets that move done on Tamas Gal. That's not something you see very often. One of our amateur guys absolutely kicking it with the pros. Oh my god, another. Wait, is that another? Okay, it's another one. It's another one, don't worry. Oh no, it's Gab completely stopped in the track.
Yeah, I think Gab might have had a spin there at some point. Oh, yeah,
Damage.
no, he's missing both end plates. That is very strange. He must have spun out of turn number 4 and hit that inside wall. That's the only explanation for that. That's a very strange way to lose your both end plates in one go.
Yeah, lucky it wasn't a safety car, to be honest. That could have easily happened. Zenagratsky fighting for that 13th place, doing well, keeping his teammate behind him. That's all that will be going through his mind at this moment, is to beat your teammate. That's what I want to see all the amateur guys doing, is looking at their professional teammate and going, do you know what? You're getting done. Isfan Pukki with the fastest lap, 1:14.9. We should expect to get a lot faster than that, I would imagine. Jarno steals it, 14.5.
A nice lap there from Jan Watmer, of course, on his medium tyres. They're very young at this point, and so he is going to continue to catch up to Ismail Fassi. A few laps ago, that was about 6 seconds. Now it's been cut down in half to just under 3. So very nice work from Jarno Opmeer here. He's got no pressure from behind because the closest car to him is Tamas Gal now, who's a whole 13.8 seconds back from him and through on his rival Balint LKS. Very nice race from the RB driver, of course, part of FVR. I can't remember what that stands for, but it's a very relevant team in the sphere. I know who it's like FVR Campeonato or something like that. It's a difficult name for me. It's not English, so that's where I struggle.
I feel like you could have just said FBI. and not allude to the fact, but you know what? I love that. That's funny. And Zenagratsky absolutely going for it. Goes down the inside with the Haas. Doesn't look like he will be able to get it done. Not this time, but definitely an interesting fight happening there. Jarno getting ever closer. 2.1 seconds off to Ismail Fassi, who is actually 2 seconds off to Danny Berezny. Sad to see he's kind of fallen off the pace a little. I think there was some issues getting away from lapped cars.
Yeah, and I think the pit stop as well really did just mess him up because he came in a lap too early. Isfan Pukki, Danny Berezny were still quicker on their set of the intermediate tyres. But you know what? He is beginning to close up very slowly, as is Jarno Opmeer at a slightly quicker rate to the back of Ismail Fassi. And if Isfan Pukki and Danny Berezny continue to fight like they have been so far in this Grand Prix, Ismail Fassi and Jarno Opmeer, they'll get closer lap after lap.
Yeah, like, I don't know where that time just went for Jarno. It was like nearly 2 seconds last lap. Now he's about to break DRS. Absolutely turning it on right now. If he can get to that DRS of Fasci, he's definitely in for a podium in this race, I think, unless something goes sideways. That's it. 8/10 now, putting his foot down. Let's see how much... Oh, as you can see, he's used a lot of battery, though, to make that happen. He's not just superhuman. He has wasted... Not wasted, but used resources. So, Gonen might just want to stay in the DRS for a lap or so, or might just want to get on the way and try and catch Berezny.
Well, this might be a good strat that they can both employ to catch up to the two leaders. Jarno Opmeer now has the DRS, and so Ismail Fassi, because he has obviously not been able to utilize the DRS being 2.1 seconds back, that means Isfan Pukki and Danny Berezny, they've been able, as Jarno Opmeer, easy move around the outside, but the two leaders have been able to slipstream and DRS off each other, and that has allowed for them to stretch the advantage to Ismail. But now, with those two potentially working together, they can close that gap.
Yes, the two little battles, right? We get first and second as their own little team, and we've got Jarno and Ismail Fassi. Tamas Gal and Elikas are still going at it as well during the DRS straight. It's lovely to see him just absolutely kicking butt. Love to see it. Well done. Danny Berezny. Oh, we have another yellow flag. That is one of the Mercs. That is Gab. And he's off the track. It looks like he might be beached. Wait.
Oh my god, he's stuck.
It's got to be a safety car. It's got to be. No?
Just reset to track, man. Just use reset to track.
Maybe
And he
they're
should
not
be
allowed
okay.
to.
Oh, he's just been able to get the car moving again. Oh, he's beached again. Oh my god.
He's disqualified. That is commitment to not just reset to the track. That is commitment. I would have taken the penalty, but well done.
That is hilarious. I've had that happen to me.
Yeah.
In online lobbies before, so I'm gonna have to wipe tears away from my eyes. I've had that happen before to me in online lobbies with my friends, and you just reset to track and it should be okay. But to actually get disqualified for it is hilarious, and I commend him for staying committed to not resetting to the track. That is and then he going back like he reversed, he got the car moving again and then beached it again. That is something else.
That's great. Iron Man, you always give us something every week. Mate, well played. We're down to 18 drivers. No signs of a safety car, because if that didn't bring out a safety car. I don't really know what it is at this point. It was clearly just kind of on that sort of track perimeter and definitely should have caused one. Zenigratski, the McLaren's fighting it as well. Come on, my guy. I get nothing against you, Peter, but like Zenigratski's my guy and he needs to get 9 seconds in front of you.
I mean, shout out to Zenigratski, but he's going to struggle to get ahead of Piotr Stahelec by 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Piotr Stahelec, a driver I've not actually seen in a while, but he has been a part of the league racing scene for a very, very long time. He's incredibly quick in his own right as well. It's going to be difficult for Zenigratski. The two leaders, once again, looking to do battle. There's a Red Bull right behind them, but that's not Jarno Opmeer. That is quite funny. That is Timbo, who's been lapped by them. And he has got DRS. He's closing to Danny Berger. Come on, lad. As into turn number 1. He's going to be able to keep up with them. But I'll tell you one thing. If Jarno Opmeer actually closes to this train, he is going to get DRS from Timbo. So could actually be decent work from the Red Bulls here, as heading in towards turn at number 4. The gap between Opmeer and Berger is about 2 seconds. I'd say it's about 1.5 between Jarno and Timbo here.
100%. I know that Timbo is going to slow down and give him the DRS. 100%. He's been letting him through. I mean, if your teammate was Jarno Opmeer, you're either going to do two things, right? You're going to let him through or you're going to defend for your life. He decides to let him through. So I got a funny feeling strategy here. This is fair play, you know? There's nothing wrong with this. As long as he doesn't take out any cars or whatnot. As we have another yellow flag, I think it's Eisner. That could be it. That could be the safety car. Yes.
Safety. Back out.
I just need to stop celebrating. Eisner, so sorry, mate. I hate to see you DNF'd in this race. I'm sure you're a lovely guy. I only go yes because I love a safety car restart. That's all. I love you. I feel mean. I'm sorry.
Oh dear. I'm cutting out here, but now all of the leaders coming into the pit lane. Oh my word. So that is essentially bunched everyone up in this race. Somehow Hagedis has got a 10-second time penalty for a collision with Eisner. I don't even know if they're in the same part of the circuit, so it's very confusing to me. Tamas Gao, very interesting there, staying out.
Yeah, okay. I'm a bit confused. I wouldn't have kept... Mate, everyone's pitting. It must be about to rain. It must be about to rain again, right? Wait, no. Why are they all on new tyres? I suppose Jarno, like, yeah, the new mediums, but why did the hard guys pit?
I mean,
I guess they want to be on mediums?
Well, it makes... Well, Istvan Puki's come out on another set of the hards, but as... Hagedis in the pit lane also retires. But it makes sense, because they essentially had a free pit stop between all of them. They're about, 20 seconds ahead of Tamas Gao and Balint, and now they're going to have 10-lap fresher medium tyres than the rest of the... than Tamas Gao at the minute. So if they stayed out, the safety car would have bunched them all up together anyways. And so they'd have been, they'd have been fodder in this race, so it makes sense to come into the pit lane, but doesn't make any sense for Tamas Gao to stay out there.
Yeah, as we bring ourselves back onto the screen, hello. Yeah, I'm a bit confused sometimes with this all, but to be honest, the one thing I'm extremely impressed with is the fact that Jarno Opmeer is in second place with like a tyre advantage now. What's happening, Dan?
I don't know. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the live chat. Everyone's loving you, mate.
Mate, what have I done?
Just saying that you're cracking them off and everything. Someone says you're drunk, which
mate, I'm even worse when I'm drunk. I'm not, mate. Guys, what you have to understand is this banging racing, and you know what? Sometimes you just need to have fun with it, Dan. Like, how good has this race been?
This is fantastic, and for a 100% race, I mean, sometimes it can get a little bit stale at times, but it's been 44 laps of just action through and through. I love this circuit on this game. It's not very favourable in real life, but it can make for some fantastic racing, and this race has just shown it.
Yeah, 100%. This is the thing. Like, sometimes the more boring tracks, or whatever you want to call it, in the world, it doesn't matter when you've got 20 drivers that are just up at that level, just ready to go for it, with not, the world at stake, right? They can sort of let loose a lot. It's a very serious league, but at the same time, they can let loose a bit and just have some fun. You know, we saw them do that. Just have fun for half a lap of three wide racing. Like, that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for boring strats. I'm here for to see some excitement. And everyone else says after a long day at work or whatnot, they want to come home and just have a banging race that they can all get excited at and curse and go yes and just have all this fun. And that's what we're here for. And Ironman every week has been delivering this in a way that I think is just a bit unique to the sort of league racing worlds in F1. I mean, you can answer that. You are much more involved in the whole F1 professional league commentaries. You have been for quite a while on numerous massive streams. What do you think of this sort of concept?
I mean, this is a really exciting way for league racing to go. It's so fun in the sense that you get rid of the 45 minutes of qualifying where if you get to the very top, I mean, it's just no one even wants to set a lap in Q1 until 10 minutes to go. So that's 8 minutes of nothing. There's a lot of waiting around. With this sort of concept where it's a reverse grid race, you get everyone in the Grand Prix straight away, 66 laps. It is very, very fun. And I just love it. And you get to let loose a little bit. I'm having a whale of a time. And I'm not saying that I don't enjoy doing WOR PC Tier 1. It is a lot of fun to commentate there as well. I mean, I have a great time with Nathan in Tier 1 and seeing all of these guys, you know, Jan Altmaier, Van Pookie. It's nice to see familiar faces. But this is just fun. It's something I never get to see, having these amateur drivers, which amateur with very we're stretching the word amateur there definitely, because I'm an amateur and I can't drive to save my life on this game. These guys very talented drivers, but of course they've not got the pace that the esports guys do. And you're seeing them all mixing in, and we're seeing some very interesting stuff like Ballin. Look at that, the entire top 10 filled with F1 pro drivers, and then Balance just chilling in sixth. It's great racing from him.
He's done very well for himself in ninth, started ninth up to sixth. Like, yeah, fair play. And do you know what? Yeah, that was a beautiful moment, Dan. That was a nice moment, and I loved hearing that. Yeah, definitely giving us such cool excitement. I was going to say something, but again I forget it, so I'm just going to go to my usual. Is that this race is banging, and Zenegratsky for the win.
Zenegratsky for the win with, 9 seconds of penalties, down in 14th position. I think he's got it in the bag at this point. Look at the positions gained. Look at how much it's changed. Isfan Pookie is up 17 positions. Jan Watmir up 14. Danny Berejnay, Ismail Fassi, Tamas Gal, they've all climbed from that bottom end of the grid, fighting for the win. I think this time, Brian, now that the grid is bunched up, Scott, the safety car is coming in right on cue. That is how we do it here in the Ironman League. Safety car in this lap. It is now Isfan Pookie's discretion. He will control the start.
And he's going to be on a hard tires. Like, this man needs to fly. He needs to get the start perfect. He's got 1 lap and 1 lap only to get out of the DRS. That is one of the new changes to this game. He's got 1 lap to do it. He's going to have to come at the perfect time. But you've got Jarno behind you. Like, you didn't get the jump in Jarno. Like, not many people can do that. I'm curious to see it. He's swinging left to right, and Jarno's just like, nah, proper Raikkonen, you know what I mean? Just straight down. And he's like, he's not going anywhere. He's like, can you just get a move on, mate? Let's do it. He's Van Pookie going super late. He's going to be bunching everyone back up the sort of bottom 10. They're going to be nearly contact soon. As you can see, everyone thinking it's off. He's away now. He does not get the jump he needed. But look at Ismail Fassi's already got in front of Jarno. Nailed the start. That is incredible. Will Jarno have anything to say going into turn 1? No. Ismail Fassi. Oh, it's all went wrong. What happened there?
Danny Berejnay, I think, with some wing damage. He's gone into the right. Potentially, wait, it's not Tamas. Who is it? Who's gone off the circuit? I saw something flying off a car and someone going very wide. What's happened there? I don't know.
Could be Elikis because he's dropping places now. He's dropping quite a few. It's hard to see. Yes, he has lost a bit of the wing. No, he was doing so well. You cursed him, man.
Oh, I was hyping him up this entire time. So excited to see what he could do. He was having a banging race, to put it your way, Scott. He was having a fantastic time of things. Very sad to see. But you know what? Jack West, he was able to keep up with the leaders when he had some wing damage. So maybe, just maybe, Balance going to keep with everyone here, but he's really going to struggle.
Yeah, but you know what? We've known for at least half a race that he deserved to be up there in the pros. Sometimes it's not your fault what happens, so like fair play to him. The two RBs right next to each other, though, benches Abercrombie in 7th and Elikas in 8th. Will he be able to get away from anyone? It looks a bit unlikely, but Jarno Otmere into 3rd, won't be making a move. Ismail Fassi absolutely nailed that start, but Istvan Pukki in the hard tires, what he's been able to do here, that's quite impressive. The hard tires are a nightmare. Pardon me, an absolute nightmare to heat up.
Absolutely, but Ismail Fassi, very peculiar that he didn't pit in this race, and it's from he's got 12 lap old medium tires, so he is going to be. I have no clue, but they're not actually going to be 12 laps old because technically they were running under the safety car for a few runs, so they're not really going to be putting any wear into them. But he's still going to have what, like 8 lap old tires and Jan Ortmere for the entirety of this Grand Prix, so he is going to struggle in the last few laps here.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work for him. But you know what? Fair play. If we get him for an interview after, we'll ask him what happened. My guy, Zenagratsky, no! Oh, has to go around the outside. Don't want to see another penalty. Gets around Elikas, gets into 9th place, and now he's got to fight. He's got to get away from the cars fighting behind him. Peter Strulik, Statulik, something's happened to him. Yep, right at the back. Very unfortunate to see. No damage.
Yeah, no damage. Stahalex has been in the wars today. He started the furthest up. Oh my god, look at this. Ismail Fassi through on Istvan Pukki. I have to cut in on myself with all the battling that we see. Ismail Fassi into the lead. Jan Ortmere now into 2nd. But Stahalex, if you remember, he started 11th. He was the furthest up from all the pros at the start of this Grand Prix. And now he's running plumb last behind everyone at the minute in 16th position.
Just goes to show how high a left skill level this is, because you're saying to us, like, you know, he's a very fast driver. Antoine, I know I will not come and race with you right now. Pierre to stats that he's a fast driver and he's in 16th place. Do you know what I mean? That's the skill level we're at.
Absolutely, this is so fun to watch and bear witness to. Jan Ortmere now with the DRS on Ismail Fassi in towards turn at number 10. We've not got the beautiful helicopter shot that we've seen a few times, but you know what? This is nice. On board with Jan Ortmere, headed through turn at number 14. You can see the difference in grip between their two tyres. Jan Ortmere is so much more confident. Oh, was that Ismail Fassi making a mistake? He's gone off the circuit into the gravel. Jan Ortmere slips on through. Jack West is onto the rear of Ismail Fassi, heading in towards turn at number 1. A big error for Ismail. Could have seen him in the outside wall. He's just about held on. Now Jan Ortmere leads.
I just don't understand the physics of what just happened. It genuinely just kind of looked like he was getting out of the way. But, like, why would he ever, you know? I don't understand. Maybe there was just, again, like 12 lap old tires. We shouldn't really be seeing them that bad, or 14 laps. Still not that bad. You know, obviously they're not great, but I wouldn't expect the tire drop off to be massive at that stage. No idea. We'll find out one day, or maybe not. We'll just forget about it and we'll move on.
It looked like he maybe got a snap of oversteer and then he overcorrected and went completely the wrong way. But I mean, they call him the artist for the overtakes that he makes, and he's done the equivalent of spilling a paint bucket all over his canvas there. Really unfortunate for Ismail Fassi. But you know what? He's still in DRS of Danny Berezne and the rest of the train. So it's actually not as over as it seemed. It was just a very weird incident there.
Yeah, no, you got a point there, to be honest. Times look a bit strange. How is Jack West 1 point? Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, times look a bit strange. Anyway, who cares? Top 3 nearly. Oh, look at that! Look how many cars there are there. Like, everyone's just right with each other. What is that? A pack of like 8 cars, and then you've got the sort of pack at the back as well. Like, this is like 2 little races we've got going on. And we'll try and keep on to it. As Johnny Tormala has lost 2 places in the DRS straight. Fair enough. Thought it's bad.
Shame for him there. We saw battling as well between Istvan Pukki and Danny Berezne. Again, it's just been those two going at it. It's like they've got a vendetta against each other, and I don't think anyone knows why, but it's allowed for Jan Ortmere to get ahead ever so slightly, and it has brought Ismail Fassi, Jack West as well, who's had a very difficult race, but now he's actually in a real position to potentially get a podium. I saw 4 pit stops from Jack West there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good for it. I don't know what, because he got damage earlier, right? And also Timbo before. Jack West to have 4 pit stops and be in 5th place, very impressive to see as we get another beautiful camera shot. Yeah, Jarno needs to just kind of send this now. I think we're going to do a little ERS check on them all. Let's see. So, Jarno used a lot. Istvan Pukki, half. We get Danny Berezny, who's a super sweat that doesn't show us because of his big helmet. Ishmael Fassi, he's just over the halfway mark, and Jack West, he's doing well as well.
Yeah, they're all doing very, very well. I do like the ERS system on this game. It's different. It's a lot more interactive than it was on the F123 game as they continue towards that first corner. It seems like things have died down at the front of this session. Jan Ortmere, from what, 15th, 16th on the grid, is doing fantastically well to lead this race. Yeah, the 16 places gained. I mean, look at that, the top three, all of them starting way down the order in 14th, 15th, and 16th position, and 15th, 16th, and 17th in this race, and they're all 1, 2, and 3 at the minute. Great to see. Oh, this is so fun.
Yeah, no, totally. Love to see it as well. And do you know what? I have to, do you know, like, yes, I like the ERS system, but, like, how many times, you know, have you or anyone listening at home, how many times have you been flapping about with the different modes so much that you leave it on none accidentally and you lose 2 seconds in a straight and then actually race over? It happens to me, like, every week, because you gain so much back when you're not using it. You can gain, like, 30-40% a corner, so I'm like, yes, mate, I'm going between none and then into medium and hot lap, and then I just get lost. Honestly,
it's difficult. I haven't really got my head around it on this game, I'll tell you that. But I mean, these guys, they're paid to do this professionally. Look at them in towards turn number 1. Danny Berezny closing the gap. Oh, he's looking up the inside of Jan Ortmere. Didn't quite go for it. Zenegratsky on the soft tires with 12 seconds of penalties now. He's through on Bench Jabo Konyi, his fellow countryman and a pro driver. Bench has been around for a very, very long time. He used to race under the name Photon, I think. And I remember seeing him before everyone made the move from console to PC. You know, like Ishmael Fassi, Jack West. They started on Xbox and PlayStation, respectively. Bench Jabo Konyi was always there. And it's nice to see that he's still racing, still kicking it about. He's doing very nicely at the minute, but he's lost that position to Zenegratsky because Zenegratsky is on a flyer on his softs.
He's killing it, man. Let's go. Let's go. Jack West at the 4th, fighting of Ishmael Fassi around that outside. Will he get the switchback done? No. Decides to stay back and will maybe just go for the move on the DRS straight. Look how close it is. It's an almost waiting game now, you know, lap 53 of 66. And if anyone at home, you're just coming in, first off, this is, and not knowing what this is WOR's Ironman, where we take 10 of the professionals in the world, 10 of Hungarians, amazingly amateur driver. That doesn't sound good. Amazing, but yet amateur drivers into a race. Danny Berezny into the lead, by the way. DRS overtake on Jarno, where they come together and we put them in a 100% race with no qualifying. It's absolutely incredible. If you yourself want to be in this race, you either need to become a pro or become Hungarian.
Change your nationality, do whatever you need to do if you want to be a part of this league. And I believe you can join the Discord somewhere. I don't know if it's linked in the description of this stream, but there is a link somewhere. We can find it for you. You can hop into the Discord server. You can probably find it as well in the WOR Discord, which means you can find that in our link tree down in the description. A nice little plug of all the socials whilst they're all filing through in the second sector. Not really battling at the minute, but how about that for a top 5? Danny Berezny, Jan Ortmere, Istvan Pukki, Ishmael Fassi, and Jack West, all in one big DRS train, and it's all going to kick off very, very soon.
Yeah, and so my guy Zenegratsky comes in like a bulldozer and takes them all in, takes the lead of this race, and we're going to look back and realise that this was the birth of Daniel Zenegratsky.
He's closing to them. If they keep fighting like this, Jan Ortmere breezes by his former teammate. Oh, there's a yellow flag. That is via Gabo. Oh my God, he is. Did he? No, I thought he hit the wall there. I saw something flying off his car. I know that there's a visual bug. When I saw a yellow flag in that final sector, I thought it was going to be what Gab did. That got him disqualified. Could have brought out a safety car. I thought we'd have seen a repeat from that.
Yeah, so like, he's Pukki, he's fighting on the edge of this. I don't like this 1.1 seconds. Like, he needs to, I want him at like 0.5, 0.6. Like, he's almost at threat to lose, but we'll see. He needs to make sure. Obviously, you get DRS in this straight, as far as I'm aware. Hopefully, you'll need to like burn to get into it, because it's 1.2 now. Wait a minute. Jarno and Danny are starting to get away here.
Oh, yeah, it's Van Pukki struggling to keep pace, and I think that is due to the fact that his tyres are a lot older than Danny Berezny and Jan Ortmere. I mean, well, oh, wait, he pitted onto a set of the hards. I thought he didn't come into... Oh, I was mixing up with Tamas Gao. Yeah, Ishmael Fassi and Tamas Gao didn't come into the pit lane. It's Van Pukki, though. He is losing time, which is very peculiar because at this point in the race, 11 laps onto the stint, I'd say the Hearts are probably the quicker tyre at the minute.
Oh, Yarno's pushing. You can see, like, all of his resources are gone. He is just recharging. He's recharging on the straight. That's interesting to see that. He gained ERS on the straight, which means he's not pushing full out. So he's kind of dictating the pace of this race. And that might just actually keep Fassi and Jack West with a little bit of a chance as well. And Zenigratski a little bit behind that. But, you know, he's fighting for that 6th place. If he can try and get away from people, then we'll see. Very interesting. Danny Berezny, though, you don't want to be sleeping on him. He could easily win this.
Yeah, absolutely. Danny Berezny, you got to look out for him, an Ironman champion.
Oh. Loved it. I love the mic cut. He'll be back in a minute, guys.
Never the bride. You're right. Did I cut out again?
You cut out again and you came in back so perfectly. I love that. Thank you. That was a glorious moment and you're back. I can hear you. I don't know why. It's just the odd second. It's only happened about 3 times, but that was gold, mate.
I was talking about Danny Berezny and the fact that he's won 2 teams championships in F1 sim racing. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, and he was the bride to his teammate Jarno Opmeer. Of course, they were teammates, I believe. No, were they? No, they weren't teammates when he got his constructors championships. There is Danny Berezny going on through. Nice move up the inside on Jarno Opmeer. Very nice indeed. And yeah, these two are just going to continue. Oh my God, Milan Meyer there.
He descended it, man.
You know.
That's what I like to see. He was like, no chance. I'm going around this side in the bin. Love to see it.
That was terrifying there from Milan Meyer. He's trying to intimidate Sebastian Vettel, I think, selling the dummy. I saw a clip on Twitter. Someone tried to recreate that, just went plain into the back of them. I thought Milan Meyer was going to do the same thing, honestly, but he's kept out of the back of the car that he was fighting. Very nice stuff. That's 11th on the grid, by the way, in position. That's a move that you would see for the race. For the race lead, sorry. That's a move that you would see like that. He's done that for 11th, so fair play to him.
Yeah, I love to see it. Just goes to show good skill lap in the game. Zenigratski and Zavagna are going to be struggling soon, though. 13 laps on softs is not a place I want to be. Ismail Fassi, he's staying in the DRS. I feel like the timings are a bit strange. Is that just me?
You've got it on the leader at the minute.
Get rid of that.
I think it's G on your keyboard there.
Get in the bin. Oh, I'm such a numpty. What is that? I was trying to, I was questioning it for 10 minutes. Going, am I just that much of a numpty that I can't understand math? Right.
There we go. We've got it now. We've got the interval gaps. I thought you just prefer to have it on the leader.
Button. I just don't press that button. I want to see DRS. I want to see action. I want to not look at the race and just look at a timing board between 0.8 and 1.2. Do you know what I mean?
That is funny. This race continues on at this point. I mean, lap 58 of 66. Scott, we're coming to the end of it now. At this point, we're really getting into the nitty gritty. If you wanted to go for that.
I've had so much fun. Honestly, I love this race. It's been so funny doing it with you as well. We've had a blast, and it's not over yet. We still have 8 laps of intense racing because, honestly, these guys, they've just been waiting, biding their time for the last 10 laps. There's no point absolutely making a dominant move right now. You'll see Jarno, he'll be back up. Yep, full ERS, just sort of waiting, and they're going to have to time it. Lap 64, 65, 66. That's going to be where the super moves are made, and it's all about the mind. Jarno deciding to... Is that going to be 3 wide? No, it's not, but Van Puki just sends it in the inside as well, but no, keeps in third. Woofed.
Yeah, it's Van Puki. He's definitely got the better tyres now. He is right on the back of Danny Berezny through every single corner and in towards turn number 4. He could have a look at it around the outside of his fellow countryman. He thought about that move, but he thought this time by, just going to leave it. You know, he's still got, what, this time by, it's going to be 7 laps to go. Yeah, 7 laps to go this time by in this Grand Prix. So still plenty of opportunity for racing. There's lots of overcast skies up ahead. I don't think we're going to see the intermediates for the foreseeable future in this race, which means we've got pure racing left to go. And Ismail Fassi could be feeling the pressure as well from Jack West in behind.
Oh, you're right, actually. Very nice. Jack's going to run the outside. Will he have enough space left for him? Yes, he will. Milan Meyer with a 3-second time penalty as well. Jack stays behind for now. Yeah, decent enough. If Van Puki wins this race, I'm calling that tyre strat just next next level, like completely everyone else in the bin. He driver of the day if he actually nails that, because 15, 16, 17 laps I think is roughly where the crossover is when between the hards just being dominant. He might, oh my god, we're going 3 wide. We are going 3 wide, Dan.
3 wide towards turn number 1. Who's going to come out on top? Jan with no DRS, no opportunity to defend that position. Istvan Pukki down the inside of his teammate, not his fellow countryman, sorry, Danny Berejny. Piotr Stahelec, 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. They'll continue on in towards turn number 5. This is scintillating stuff. 5 cars fighting for the lead with 7 laps to go in this race. Zenogratsky's doing his best to catch up to them, but I think he's going to struggle towards the end of this one on his very worn-out softs.
He's going to lose a lot of spots as well. He's at the lead of this train. Look at the train on the minimap that McLaren's just
jeez, man.
That's great to see. Love to see. That's my guy. He fights like a lion no matter what the penalties. Oh, it's Meal. It was going in that inside. Really get the move done on Jarno. Nope, decides to back off now. You can see it, Dan. They're starting to get their elbows out a little bit. They're starting to rev up for the end of this race.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm excited to see how this one ends. Shout out to Ismail Fassi on his very worn-out tyres. I don't know how many laps they've got. 24 laps on his set of tyres. We've got yellow flags. That's one of the Hasses who are slow. I think that might have been Tamas Gal going around it. Indeed. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Whoa.
Yes, mate, let's go. All 5 of them just sending it in. Come on, guys. That's why I need 6 more laps of that. I want to see. That was carnage right there. See if we could just clip that moment as a picture and see all 5 of those cars so close. You would not believe that every one of those cars got out safely.
I don't believe it. That was we just flicked back onto their camera from seeing it. Oh, Ismail Fassi down the inside of Jack West once again, still kicking it with these guys on his very worn-out medium tyres. But how have they all come out of that one alive? Danny Berejny leads this race again with Jan Otmar in second, Istvan Pukki down to third. Ishmael and Jack, they've yet to really make an impact on the top 3, but I think their time is coming with Jack West in particular. Watch out for him in the last few laps.
Yeah, let's do it. DRS check. We can't ERS. I mean, not with Danny Berejny because of that big helmet. Okay, Jarno looking good. Istvan Pukki not as good, but still very well. Fassi the same, and Jack West having to use a little bit to stay. So you can see everyone's just sort of biding their time ready. Let's see if 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 decide to go for it. Jarno Altmaier decides to get it done nice and early. Will get that move done. What can Istvan Pukki do? Looks like they're just going to stay.
Yeah, seems like they are biding their time until the last lap of this Grand Prix. So the top 5 are all going to go hammer and tong for the win of this race. This is fantastic racing between all of these guys, all these pro drivers. Bench Aberconyi scrapping it out with Joni Tormala through turn number 2. It seems like Bench has got the better of the father. What a nickname for Joni Tormala. But he is down into 9th position. Istvan Pukki getting close to the back of Danny Berejny. And Jarno Otmaier has begun to stretch the advantage. Look at that. Now 8 tenths to Danny.
Oh, mate, he's going for it. If we could jump on board, we'll see it. Yeah, no, he's sending it. He's using this lap to see if he can break the DRS. 9.10 to that point. Needs to keep pushing out. 9.10, 9.5, 9.3, 9.2. I maybe not have been able to do it, sadly, but you know what? Valiant effort. Now he can just go back into seconds, get his DRS back up, ERS, sorry, and go for it again, maybe at the end. But I like that attempt.
Yeah, that's fine from Jarno Otmaier. Danny Berejny still has the DRS, but I think there's no threat of Jarno actually losing that position. He's still gaining time, but down this straight you can see the DRS and the slight bit of slipstream that Danny Berejny is picking up. All that advantage that Jarno Otmaier just pulled has been completely mitigated, and now the Dutchman's going to have to do his best to recharge that battery, try and defend in the next few laps.
Yeah, fair play. Joni Tormala potentially going for that inside as well. Whoa, just enough space left. Will he be able to get out? Just enough left. I love to see it. Fighting hard for 8th place. It is a championship of consisting of 13 rounds, so these moments make the best sense. Istvan Pukki deciding to maybe go for a little move as well against Danny Berejny. Not yet. To win a championship, you're defined by your worst races. Oh, and as Piotr Stahelec has retired, a little bit of a rage quit there at the end. Obviously, I understand why, but there you go. One less driver.
He got the fastest lap and decided to call it a day. Here's his Pampuki in towards turn number 10 down the inside of Danny Berger. These two really do have some beef between each other. I wonder what is going on, because they've been scrapping out for the entirety of this Grand Prix. But heading on towards lap number 64, this is when you want to start thinking about making a move. And Jan Ortmeier, using a lot of his battery last time by, might not have much opportunity. But I wonder, is that yellow flag of Piotr Stahlek, is that going to prohibit any moves in towards the first corner? Jan Ortmeier, indeed he will hold on to that lead. Danny Berger around the outside, but they're in yellow flag conditions. Will he have to give that one back side by side? Oh my gosh!
That was bang! It's like that. It's great, I don't even know what to say. He's been fast, I'm still going to say wide, Dan.
Oh my god, in towards turn number 5. Piotr Stahlek's car didn't go, so look at them. Noah's Ark style 2 by 2. It's Pampuki looking down the inside. Ishmael Fassi out of nowhere into the lead of this Grand Prix. Danny Berger still hanging it down the inside. A little bit of contact as his Pampuki makes it 3 wide in towards this chicane. How about that? Ishmael Fassi on his worn out, 27 lap old tyres. He leads this race.
What are we watching here? They're just going into overtime. 4 wide. That was 4. Oh, it's Pampuki has came out of the worst, drops to the back, might even drop out of DRS. Jarno back into first. The fight for third is still going strong. Ishmael Fassi. That is incredible. And their DRS is open. Jarno might get swallowed up by 4 cars here, because East Pampuki still remains in the train.
Yeah, how about that? Heading in towards turn number 1, lap 65 of 66. 2 laps to go in this race. Here comes Danny Berger once again on the back of his former Mercedes teammate, and he will hang back. He's planning that move, Scott, for the final lap of this Grand Prix.
Oh, and my guys at the Gratsky fighting for 6th and 7th as well. As 12 seconds of penalties will not help him out there. But look at this. This has been incredible. Everyone just staying in line. They've got 1.5 laps left of this 100% race. Oh, Ishmael Fassi struggling on those tires as well. And then Ferrari of Jack West going on the inside. Gets it done, mate. Every corner someone sending it. This is so good.
I mean, these guys, they really do just get to let loose all that pent-up aggression through the weeks of other league races and WOR PC Tier 1. They get to build up that aggression that they can't exhibit, and then they just get to show everything here. Danny Berger looks down the inside of Jan Ortmeier, not quite this time by, but wow, it's Pampuki with arguably, actually, I'd say pretty much the best tyres in this train. He's around the outside of Jack West through turn number 12. What a move there from Miss Pampuki. But heading on now to the final lap of this Grand Prix, Danny Berger will have the DRS on Jarno Ortmeier. How will the Flying Dutchman defend in towards this first corner? No defense really, as Danny Berger makes that move stick. Jarno Ortmeier will slot in behind. He'll sit into second position. Lap 66, Scott.
He's going to be waiting for the end of sector 2 to go for that DRS straight into the left-hander. I think that's when he's going to have to make the move. But we've seen Jarno make moves in the last corner. One of our races was between him and Duncan Hoffman. 0.004 of a second coming into the line. Looks like we might have another opportunity like this. These 5 drivers, I just need to say, I'm sorry if I say the word too much, but they've been absolutely banging. You guys should be so proud of putting on such a cool absolute race for us. This has been a banging night as Jarno 2.10s. Dan, I think, do you know what? Like, this is your moment, all right? This is it. Just take a deep breath and finish this race for us.
Here we go then, Jarno Ortmeier. He's got the DRS on Danny Berger. Berger will defend the inside line. The Flying Dutchman looks the long way round, and he'll pull off the switchback side by side through turn number 11. I think Jarno Ortmeier, his opportunity might have gone away from him as they head through the final 2 corners for the very last time. You've got to dump the battery, go for everything as they head onto the DRS straight for the very last time. This could go right to the line. Danny Berger, oh my God, wheel to wheel, 0.5 of a second. Danny Berger takes the win of this Grand Prix ahead of Jarno Ortmeier. It's Pampuki in third. What a race, and there's only one word, Scott, to describe this entire Grand Prix. Take it away.
It's absolutely banging. Did we just get that? That was amazing. Up to the last half, like basically the last sector, 5 cars could have won that race. That's what we love to see. That was incredible. Honestly, Berezny, Ortmeier, Pukki, Fassi, West, incredible stuff. Yoni Tormel in 6th, Ben Shabikonyi coming in 7th as well. Great stuff for them. Takash Kabor and Savannah, well done, Millenmeyer in 10th. Oh my God, right?
And you did all 66 laps, Scott, without one swear word. X
Yes.
in your mouth there. Well done today. I think I butchered a few Hungarian names, unfortunately. So I've not completed my challenge. You've got it yourself there,
Oh,
Scott. Really well done.
there he is,
Jan
driver of the
Ortmere.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, fair
Would you
play,
give him
mate.
it? Or would you give it to Berezny? I feel like both of them are absolutely deserving of it. I really do.
Yeah, no, that was really fun from everyone in this race. It's Danny Beresney with Jan Ortmere. That's his profile, and he's got Jan Ortmere standing next to him, and some random fella that is Istvan Pukki next to them. That is funny. Danny Beresney, take a bow, winning this race tonight. I mean, what a Grand Prix that it was.
Yeah.
And they'll celebrate on the podium. Two Jan Ortmers side by side. That's nightmare fuel, you gotta say.
That's great. And well done, guys. Let's look at that list. So, Danny Berezny from 17th with 3 stops and a best lap of a 1:13.4 takes first place. Well done, Jarno Opmeer. Debuting in that Red Bull for Ironman, gets in second place. Great shout to see. Istvan Pukki third. Ismail Fassi fourth. Jack West fifth. Johnny Tormla sixth. Ben Jabukonya in seventh. Takaki Gabor, incredible stuff from him in eighth. Bertalin Savanya in ninth. Milan Meyer 10th. Tamish Gao in 11th. Hope to see a bit more from him next time. Balint Elikas was doing incredible but got that damage. Ended up in 12th. Zena Gratsky, my guy, well done for being the best McLaren. Temple 14th. Sonia Vaya Gabor 15th. Piotr Stachulik 16th. Eisner 17th. Hagedis 18th. David Vincent 19th, and Gab in 20th. I got there, right? Let's bring us back on screen. Oh, what a race!
Christ. That was so enjoyable, start to finish. I was reading everyone's messages in the live chat. Everyone is calling it banging. So you've started a bit of a trend here this evening. I mean, I said it's the only word to describe how that race was. That was incredibly enjoyable.
Right, that was so cool. That's what I love to see. We'll see if we can get any of them for an interview in a minute. But I love it. See, this is the thing. See, when these people don't have the opportunity to practice and they just get thrown into the deep end, you see magic. You see at the start, it's all a bit all over the place, everyone fighting for it. But then you see the sort of big names getting their head into the race, figuring out weird and wonderful tire strats. Like, we questioned strategies from certain people in this race, and they ended up in the top 4, top 5. Like, amazing stuff.
Yeah, it was so crazy, and to think that who was it? Ismail Fassi didn't pit on it during the safety car. He was like 8-lap old tires than everyone else, and he stuck it out, and he ended up doing very, very well. So close to a podium in at the end. Very unfortunate not to, but wow, that was something else.
That's great. Honestly, round 3 and this championship is just starting to heat up more and more. Guys and gals at home, I hope you've had fun tonight. We're going to hear from Danny Berezny in a minute, and we're going to see it from his POV. He's always got a good, so you ask Danny a question, you're going to get a long answer, and I love it. We're going to get good information here. Dan, should we go speak to Danny?
Yeah, let's drag him in. Let's bring him into the call, and then we can talk to Danny Berezny.
Mr. Berezny, can you hear us?
Yes.
Hello. Welcome. Congratulations, mate. How run us through that complete mind F of a race. That was so cool to watch.
Well, I'm a little bit ill, and it obviously didn't get better. I really enjoyed the race. It's had everything that was needed to have a good race. I started with the soft tires. We never really know too early when the rain comes, but it came at the right time for me, and I gained positions at the start. And basically, I was kind of leading the race with Istvan for the first half, even when pitting inters. Yeah, that was actually interesting.
I don't know what's going on with Discord, guys. We'll get him back in a minute, and I'll get him to repeat the last.
Because it was a free pit stop, and it was a risk, but it was worth it. Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, you cut for a few seconds. Yeah. You're back, mate. We've had one of those nights. We've had a few little internet issues. That, also, as you get into the end of that race, with Jarno Opmeer, that last few laps, Dan, what have you got to say about that?
Well, first of all, I have to admit that at around lap 45, I lost the sound.
Right.
So that's why in the pits, I jumped from P2 to P5 because I needed to tap down the game. And I was really frustrated at that point, but it seems like God acknowledged it and helped me. And I'm truly grateful for that because I managed to fight my way up with the right tires as well. And I knew that if I can keep my position to be P2, I'm fighting for the win. And it was really hard positioning myself on all those big battles to always stay P2. But I managed to do that. And I was just super happy when I started the last lap, opened up my DRS and started closing in on Jarno. And then I still needed to be smart with the battery because then he went on full recharge mode in the second sector. So he can attack me before the start finish line, and it was incredibly close as well. Only 500ths of a second. That's a couple of meters even at those speeds. But yeah, I managed to win the race for the first time this season in any league. So I'm super happy to have my first competitive race victory of F1 24.
Yes, Mr. Field. What do we have to say about that?
I mean, that is well, we were talking about it, about how you're a very experienced driver on our grid, and you're still kicking it about with the young men of the young up and coming drivers of today. So that was fantastic to see. One thing I just want to ask you about is when it was Piotr Stahelec's McLaren came into the pit lane and retired. I mean, we saw it on the stream how it almost took Jarno out. What was the first thing that you thought of when you saw that car there?
Well, I thought all lap cars are ghost. So
I did as well.
I didn't know if we have to worry about it.
Yeah, and it was scary because Jan Ortmir, he almost crashed out completely.
Yeah, well, it was scary for me as well. I nearly lost position, but yeah, we came out lucky.
I know that was a heart in mouth moment for everyone. But you came out, you did very well. You're gonna move up the standings as well, pretty nicely in the esports drivers tier. I think Isfan is leading that at the minute, but you're definitely gonna make way, and you could maybe challenge for yet another championship.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I will try my best. I'm a little bit out of breath. Sorry for the
That's all
slow
right, mate.
replies.
You go rest yourself. Just be proud of an absolutely amazing performance. Yet again, these Ironman races that you and everyone else come into are such good fun for everyone to have at home. Do you have anything to final words to say to any of your fans watching? What does Danny Beresny think?
Well, thank you very much for following these 100% races. I really, really enjoy them. Thanks for WR to back Timbo's original idea, who is a very good friend of mine in Hungary. I'm hoping that one day esports will take this format. As for me, racing is more about the racing and not the qualifying. Obviously, I really enjoy pure pace and qualifying, but I enjoy these nights when I don't need to practice. And it's a little bit closer to real life, basically, that you get to know the track random. And obviously, real life, you don't get to know the track random, but you have no testing except of like 2 filming day for 100 kilometer per year on like bad tires. So, you know, what I enjoy about esports more is adapting to something at a limited amount of time and not spending 40, 80 hours on just a single circuit, because that's not really racing anymore, in my opinion, even if it is obviously, but it never would happen in real life. So I'm happy to have this format.
Amazing, amazing. Well, Mr. Winner, go and rest your voice, get yourself better. We'll hopefully see you next week feeling bright and fresh and ready to kick everyone's ass again.
Thank you.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Goodbye.
Take care. Right, so let's hear from Danny. Mr. Field. I had to say Mr. Field because there was two Dans, and I was speaking to you at one point, and it's like, so like, what do you think about that? That was kind of interesting what you said there at the end.
Yeah, and driving whilst he was ill and
Yeah.
still winning, that is something else. Well played, Danny Beresney. And I mean, if he's driving like that whilst he's ill, I'm scared to see what it's like when he's well again. Honestly, that's fantastic. Getting his first win on F1 24 as well. Really well done from him.
Yeah, that was good. That'll get the cobwebs off him, because you know what it's like going from the old game to a new game. Like, a lot can change. It'll be good to know that he can still win in this, you know?
Mm.
Well,
Yeah,
there you go.
absolutely.
I think we're pretty much done. So Dan, have you enjoyed your first Ironman experience?
Yeah, and I think that's not going to be my last one. That was a very
Yes.
enjoyable race. So you'll be seeing me on a Thursday evening, same time as always, 7:15.
Absolutely love it. Dan, final words to everyone. Where can we find you on the internet if we liked you and want to contact you?
You can if you want to contact me, come say hi. But just one place to find me. It's at Danfield F1_ on Twitter. It's got the X logo there. So on X, if you prefer that, that's where you can find me.
I don't know what the right logo is anymore. I still call it Twitter, but they get like that's what comes up. I'm sorry. Look, we get Instagram, okay? Guys, I hope you've had a banging night as well. This has been round 3 of the WR's Ironman. We will be back. We have a lot more rounds. We have 2 championships. We have the drivers and the amateurs. Remember, you need to become Hungarian to join them. So get on it. Get on your nationality challenge rubbish and just become Hungarian. Until next week, we will be back with another random track with some of the best drivers in the world. Guys, you've absolutely been amazing tonight. Thank you so much for all comments, for everyone watching, having fun. We'll see you next time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. We'll see you next Thursday. Bye.